What's up, everyone? This is 6-inch Ribbon Curls coming at you again, this time from SFK. Shadowfang Keep, down here in Tirist Fall Glades. Sorry, Silver Pine Forest. I'm all distracted today. Silver Pine Forest. Head down this road, here's the sepulcher with the flight path. And you go all the way down, here it is. Okay, you go in, and we're going to get this going. This dungeon ranges, I believe, from 18 to 26. The last boss is super easy, even though it's a high level 26. Basically, you just kite it around the room, and pretty much no one takes any damage. So what we're going to do, I haven't played a DPS caster in a while, so it's going to take me a little bit to get used to it. I've been playing a rogue, as you'll see in my other videos. Recount show. Please. So, bring this over here, nice and big. So if you're unfamiliar with Shadowfang Keep, there's a little bit to it that makes it kind of difficult for newer players. Tough pull areas, things like that. People are sharing quests. Very much appreciated. But it is a Worgen dominated area, very much near the heart of the, what are they, wargs, the human that turns into werewolves area in Cataclysm. But we got a pretty decent group. We got warrior priest. I'm playing a warlock, level 21. We have a mage, level 31 warrior, which is just going to make this really easy. If you saw my last video, you see how easy things can be if you have like a good team behind you. Alright, so we're going to let this guy grab the aggro, and then we'll start casting on stuff. Ooh, gotta resist. That stinks. Right. So one of the nice things about warlocks is that they can life tap. What life tap does is it converts 70, at this rank, it converts 70 health into mana. So all this priest really has to do is throw a couple of hots on me. Oh, he's healing me. And I can get back my mana pretty easily. Looks like our level 31's AFK. So that's going to make this run go a little bit longer than it needs to be. It also seems like these people are friends with each other. They seem to know each other, which is fine. Okay. So this one's a lot more straightforward in terms of where to go. It's a lot more linear. The problem is if you wipe, it's a long run through the whole place because it is so linear. So again, this is one of the reasons why that this is such a hard instance, is that you come up here and there's these two mobs right here, and there's also two mobs on the next balcony. And these two mobs, even though they're LOS, line of sight, they will still pull down when you pull. So then you come up here, and there's a locked door that you cannot open. You have to do the little event right over here. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple. Alright, looks like this guy's back. So now we can... Oh, line of sight us. Line of sight is one of the biggest ways to win a fight against a caster. And at the last fight, you'll see it come to fruition. Now, the last fight, he mind controls someone. So that should be really interesting, since we have a level 31 warrior. He might just run over and one-shot us. But we'll be ready. We'll have fear ready to go for anyone that wants to come at us. Ooh, seared gloves. Those are slightly better. But we won't need it. We're not doing anything particular. Okay. We're just pulling everything. So we're just going to dot no immolation, which is a cast. We're just going to dot everything, and then we're going to cast this for AoE damage. And we're just going to try to do as much AoE as we can with our single target dots going. So the main bread and butter for a warlock is a immolate first, which is a 2.4 second cast. It does instant damage and then damage over 15 seconds. And then corruption, which is a cast time, but you can talent in and get improved corruption, which is pretty much a must. And then you throw a curse of agony. Now you can only have one curse per target, And there's a couple other curses that you can run: Curse of Weakness and Curse of Recklessness. Curse of Agony actually does damage, and it increases over time. Whereas, let's see what our quests are. Find Death Stalker. Okay, so that guy's right out there. That book is up top and headed over. Okay, we're good. So he just opened up the cage. He's going to let this guy walk all the way up here, and he's going to unlock this door for us. Leads into the courtyard, and we can start clearing to our next spot. But anyways, we have a mage, which is nice because they can give us Conjured Purify Water, which if we don't want a life tap, if we have time like we do now, we can press Conjured Purify Water and heal up, or get our mana back, 835. Looks like, oh, they were killing that guy. My bad, my bad, my bad. We got free XP. Right now we have double XP. Double XP happens when you're in an inn, a rested area, and you get literally that. You get double XP depending on how long you're in that inn for. These guys have, I believe, increased shadow resistance, which is going to make life just a little bit harder. We're just going to go ahead and cast on everyone. So when you see that green right here, these Worgans can cast that to basically become immune to magic damage. So a meleeer can do damage to them, magic caster cannot. It's kind of sucks, but it is what it is. All right, so we drop down. We'll use our wand since we're out of mana. And the first quest comes right here. Death Stalkers in Shadowfang. You have to find these two dudes. The first guy opens up the door. The second guy gives you this. And so what we'll do is we'll let these guys pull. Yeah, I think we're fine just to tag them. Okay, you see the green? Immune to magic, I believe. Oh, huge upgrade, but they're leather. So, not an upgrade. One of the biggest issues. Oh, yeah. All right. We just went from gray to green. 5 intellect, 5 spirit. That's huge. Huge. Okay. Looks like this guy's just pulling everything. We're going to let him do that. And then we will start casting. Actually, let's just go ahead and do Rain of Fire. Okay. Really seems like Rain of Fire isn't that efficient for me. Seer's Belt. Yeah, we like our other one better. Alright. Okay, here comes a bunch. So one of the things that happened at the beginning of this run is I had to summon one of my friends. At level 20, you get a summon. Yep, see, immune to magic. So if it's already cast on him, I want to target him, please. Nope. Okay. So we want to get our soul shards back, which is drain soul right here, but they need to be... Come on, please kill the one I'm targeting. No? Okay. So we got one soul shard. I was hoping to get a few out of there, but we seem to be doing some pretty horrible split DPS. Alright. Anyways, this run's pretty basic. So you grab that quest there. You can clear all this for easy XP. One of the hard parts about being a caster, when someone has like rage, especially someone who's over leveled this much, he can just basically do more and more and more stuff and doesn't have to slow down. Whereas we have to get our mana back. But, you know, it's just a simple, like, stop, drop, pop it like it's hot. Alright, so we're going to get a couple more soul shards here, just so we can help out the group. So I run the Imp because they have a Blood Pact which stacks. Blood Pact gives stamina. Blood Pact gives 7 stamina at this level, and your minions have to be trained. See, the wands do magic damage, so right now it's just immune. These things are spawning because one of our guys has Haunting Spirits on him. Huge. So these horses in here, they have a chance of dropping a bag. Really big deal. Because I believe it's a 10-slot bag. So I want one of these guys to pull. We did not win it. That stinks for us. Let's see what his boots were. 2 intellect, 3 spirit. That's the 1 seed. Okay. Okay. Like I said, bread and butter, dot up, and then we can kind of just either wand or we can do our channel. The channel does do damage, but it's very little damage, and it's a long cast. Come on, guys. Can we please kill him? No? Apparently didn't count as a thing. So I really want them to pull this horse because the horses drop a bag, and we might get lucky and get a bag. The horses do kind of cause an issue for meleeers. They do a kick, a knockdown. So it can get kind of frustrating. But we're not a melee. We're a caster. Yay! So Rain of Fire calls on a fiery rain to burn enemies in the area affected for 168 fire over 8 seconds. Like I said earlier, it's not great, but it's also not bad. So we want more soul shards. So we're going to do soul shards. Let's see. Did we get lucky today? We did not. All right. It's a very weird group. But, you know, as Classic WoW comes out and people get more comfortable with it, you're going to have weird groups. So in this next part, you can go up this way, but I suggest walking. After clearing, you walk through this door here to the kitchen. There's a boss 2 rooms in with some easy clear. And loot is loot, right? Again, it's a little bit slower of a group. We should be already to that boss with how high level we are. And it looks like both of our warriors are in battle stance because they're doing thunderclap. Not a big deal, just pointing it out. One of the things you will notice if you play a warlock is the shorter the fights, the less damage you do. These guys, their number 1 damage is melee, cleave, thunderclap, all instant cast stuff. We do not have that as a warlock. Our number 1 thing as a warlock, so here's the first boss of this little area. He's not very hard. We're going to need to get our mana back after this. Okay, just get enough just to be able to cast, and then we can throw. So some of the utility that a warlock brings to the table are things like summon, create soulstone, so that way if we wipe, we can put it on a healer, and bada bing, bada boom, they can resurrect upon death. That's kind of a big deal. We haven't done that yet because we didn't have any soul stones. Sorry. Not soul stones. Soul shards. Which you have to collect using our drained soul. So we will drain soul on this guy. That's the current fight. Okay. Of course that drops when I'm not on my rogue. Assassin's Blade, holy cow. Good stuff. So that's a random BOE. You can sell that on the AH for a pretty decent amount. We'll see if anyone needs it. So the problem with this hunting spirits is that it spawns one of these guys every now and then, which means that it can interrupt your drinking and all this other stuff. It's kind of annoying. So I did not win Assassin's Blade, and Trousers won the Butcher. Okay, so he's a Fury Warrior. That's interesting. So right now we're going to make a Soul Stone, and then we're going to use it on the Priest, in case we run into any issues. Okay. Another thing that's really important is Demon Armor. Demon Armor protects the caster, increasing armor by 2. Holy Christ. Increases your armor and increases your health regen. Very important things. I am just dotting as fast as I can. Let's get over here. So Rain of Fire. Later on, Warlocks lose the Rain of Fire and they go for Hellfire. I'm sure they still use Hellfire. Sorry, Rain of Fire. But Hellfire is a lot better. What Hellfire does is it hurts you as well as... Let's see. Read that. It hurts you as well as the people around you, and it does pretty good burst damage. That was a tough pull. We should not have done that, but you know, we lived. So, in the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. See, this is where that gets kind of annoying. These things pop up and just keep causing us to go into combat for whatever reason. I have it now too. So yeah. This next guy is Baron Silverlane. Next boss in here. As you see, we're already getting to the point where things are turning orange. By the time we get to the last boss, we will not have come close to a level, so we won't be 22. But we will be... Let's dot these guys up. But we will be able to at least be close. The last boss will be level 26, and it will cause some issues. Just take more damage, more chance to resist, which means more mana usage, things like that. So one of the important things to do as a Warlock, and I haven't been doing it, I feel like I'm always just kind of a little bit lazy when I'm playing, but I mean, look at how sloppy we're doing these dungeons, right? One of the things that you want to do is when you're about right here, so about a quarter to a third of your mana gone, you want to life tap. What this does is it allows your innate health per second, the demon armor, to kick in and actually do its job. So 7 health per 5 seconds. As you can see, I'm already healing back up what I did. He hasn't healed me at all. I'm doing that. So that's helping. Baron Scepter, man, it is a melee heavy run. Kind of stinky. Kind of stinky in my mind. Hey, we want it though. That'll sell for a little bit. Okay, there's Shadowfang Dark Souls right outside here, so we're gonna wait It would seem that they are immune to shadow damage. Let's see. Yep, I have. Okay, so that means we have to go to Scorch and Rain of Fire. Because they are completely immune to shadow damage. So as soon as you get up here, you're going to have, if you're a Warlock or a Shadow Priest, you're going to have to switch your damage. Because these guys are immune. Now we still have Immolate. Okay. Okay. So right now they're waiting, blah, 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 blah. No big deal. We can hang out here. Okay. So these guys are not immune to my stuff. So we're going to go ahead and cast. Okay. And we will take another Soul Shard. That'll put us at 4, which is fine. You need Soul Shards for creating Hellstones, for Soul Stones, for summoning other people, and summoning your higher ups of your minions. At level 20, I believe you get Succubus. I haven't done the quest line yet. I will very shortly. Because I run the Imp so much. I like the utility that the Imp brings. The Imp, like I said earlier, brings the Blood Pack. Also brings a Fire Shield. What it does when someone gets attacked, puts a little shield on them, reflects 5 damage. It's pretty nice. What that does, though, is allows the person to get more aggro as well. And we just put our minion back on defensive, just to showcase like how a little bit of extra fire damage can always help. We're going to be really low on DPS, though. These guys are pretty resistant to me. Okay, so this next room has another boss. It's a very small, compact room. You'll see when we get in there. It has a lot of enemies. So a good puller is needed here. And yeah, normally I pull when I'm on my rogue. I'm not on my rogue, so we're not pulling. And so we'll take it easy. You'll see our damage is minimal. I was actually doing some calculations compared to my rogue. So this is an instant cast, takes 15 seconds to do 90 damage, right? 90 damage. I can do in a half a second by just waiting for an auto attack at this level, at level 21. I can do that as my rogue with an auto. So it kind of tells you how kind of weak the dots are at this level. But they do ramp up later on. And the more you pull, the more I can grab things and dot multiple things. So instead of only attacking 1, I can attack 4. All right, so they pulled. Not a big deal. We're going to let our mana go up just a little bit higher. So here's this tiny room. We're going to put our pet on someone. And we're just tab targeting through. We're kind of lazy. Okay. Currently silenced. Apparently I'm pulling aggro like crazy. I don't know how I've pulled aggro on this. Still waiting for the tank to pick this up. Still silenced. Alright, we are out of mana. We've cast on everyone. They're not in defensive stance. And it's hurting us. Also, pulling an entire room of stuff is not smart. I don't care who you are. Boss and things that silence just make our life really hard. Looks like Trouser is in defensive stance now. But honestly, kind of like I said earlier, it's a weird run. Wow, a lot of stuff. Every other time, and this is the curse of WoW Classic. Every other time I come in here on a melee champion, guess what drops? Yep, you got it right. All the caster gear ever. When I'm in here on the caster, guess what drops? All the melee stuff. Guess what? If you come in here on a tank, anything but tank gear drops. You come in here on a healer, anything but healer gear. You come in here for the XP, okay? You don't come in here for anything else. So this room takes probably the longest. Even if you pull like they just did, it still takes a while. Next boss is right up ahead past this little area. What I love most about this dungeon is this right here. So we currently are in an instance. Okay, we're in an instance, which means that we are alone. Our group owns this world alone. And no one else can be here but our group. Everything that is in this instance is to our left, behind us, in front of us. Everything is in here. There's nothing that needs to be zoned in or anything. But to our right is the stuff. Now you cannot jump off of here. It's not possible. Okay, I wouldn't try it because right now we're in a group and I don't want them freaking out. But that's Pyrewood right down there. You can't do anything with it because it doesn't matter, you know. So right here, terrible etiquette. This is not what you do, okay? The way you go is everyone rolls. Everyone would roll, and then whoever wins gets the chest. Now, these guys are friends, so I don't really care. So I'm just going to go ahead and let it happen. But that is terrible etiquette. Do not do that. You will get booted. People will hate you. All that good stuff. So this is the next room. This is the boss right here, Odo, the blind watcher. I don't know why you're fighting in this little teeny room, but, you know, whatever. He comes with 2 ads. If you have a decent rogue, all you have to do is walk him in here, and you can sap the boss. You can sheep the boss, most likely. Hunters can ice trap, but I don't think ice trap comes till much later. But yeah, the boss is not very hard. The ads are not very hard. It can take a while. Plus he enrages, which is a big deal. So when you do not CC him, you got to go hard on him. See how big he is? He's going to start one-shotting people eventually. That's what he does. Some reason our DPS is kind of bonkers bad. Alright, that's significantly better. But is it? You can have it, dude. I don't really want it. 12 spirit really doesn't help me. It's just not great. Alright, so this is the room with the next boss in it. So once you kill him, then you come out to another... what do you say it's called? Parapets? No, the rampart. Come out to another rampart. We'll call it rampart. As you can see, all these things are getting orange level now consistently, which means my damage is diminished heavily. So it's going to be a fun run. The higher something is, as like a melee, you just miss, get parried, dodge, all that kind of stuff. As a caster, you get resisted right there. Resist. It hurts. It hurts to be resisted. Ooh, this guy's dead. Okay. And then we're gonna do this just to get some more damage out. It'll run us out of mana, but we just want more damage out. Somehow we lived. Okay, hit me, which really sucks. Anytime you're channeling something, and if you don't have it spec'd somewhere that allows you to like channel something without being interrupted, someone hits you, your channel gets like halved. Okay, so right there really hurt us when the guy ran over and hit us once. So now we're just going to sit here and wand. You see all the resist coming up. These guys, yeah. There goes our tank, because you can only heal so much. Defense reduced by 100. That's just bad luck. So they do the Forsaken skills is a curse. It can be removed by both a mage and a priest. So, curious. Maybe they don't have decurse yet. I don't know. Simply put, though, what it does is it periodically reduces random skills by 100. The reason why this is a bad thing, he had his defense reduced. That's terribly bad luck. Defense allows you not to get crit and all those types of things. So he took like massive damage for no reason because of that one ability being put on him. Now, I went through here on a rogue, and what happened was I had this Forsaken skills curse on me, and I was rocking a dagger and a sword, and both at the same time, and it's a minute-long debuff whenever it procs. Both at the same time got reduced by 100, and I immediately missed everything. Could not hit a single thing. No melee hit. No, nothing landed. There's ways to work around it, and it's different per class. But yeah, someone has decurse because they just took it off. So that's a mistake. I don't remember who gives it, but you always get it right around here. And when you see it, if you have a decurser, make sure you tell them to do it. It's a big deal. Hold on, Jackie Poo. We're going to go potty in just a moment. My dog is ready to go pooty. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and keep casting as best we can. We like it when they do 3 at max pulse. We don't want any more than 3. Otherwise, we risk running out on mana and all that good stuff. Right now, you can tell we have really bad split DPS because they both died right away. Whenever you have a 31 in your group and like things are 24, he should be smacking those guys down. So this room is a pain in the booty. And we're probably going to wipe here. So I'm going to make sure, how long do you have on Soulstone? So we're just going to cautiously dot everything up. And of course, we pulled. Okay, so that's a bad curse. That's a very, very, very bad curse. Every 60 seconds, you take a little chunk of damage, which sucks. Especially as a rogue who goes invisible a lot. There's a resist. I'm trying to pick my targets based on how low something is. I don't want to pull aggro. And then we'll drain. What we're going to do is we're going to get another gem or a soul shard. We're going to get ourselves up high enough, create another soul stone. So it's great that you can pull all this stuff. The reason why it's not efficient, our healer's mana right now is so low. It is very, very, very low, which means that he cannot be healed. And so now we have to drink every time. If they pulled efficiently, pulled 1, 2, we wouldn't take all this excess damage. It'd allow me to dot up. It would allow them to focus targets. And then our healer would only have to do a couple heals. Then you can pull the next one, do the same thing. Instead of like pulling everything, and then I'm running out of mana, the healer's running out of mana because he has to overheal in order to make sure he stays alive. So the reason why this room is so hard, there's multiple minions here. 2 wolves, I believe, in here. 1 worgen is here. We are full on stiff, so we're going to get rid of some things. Another one Pat's up here. Another one, a couple sit up here right here. And then 2 more wolves sit up here. Another Pat's down this way. 2 Worgans here, 2 wolves here, and then the coup de grace of it all. There's a Worgan that pats along this bridge. If you have low levels like I am, what happens is this one will pull due to proximity all the way through all of this and bring everything along with it. It's basically death. Alright, so we have a soul stone, still 10 minutes remaining. So you can get a mod that allows you to see debuffs and buffs on people. So like right now, looks like he used it. Oh no, I'm on the wrong one. Right now he has soul stone, but I can't see how long it is. You can create a new soul stone. We'll go ahead and help out instead, just to sit here and talk, even though we're not really helping too much. You can create a new soul stone. It tells you the cooldown. So he has about 10 minutes until. Another thing about these lupine horrors, melee take a really long time to kill them. So I prefer Sons of Arugul when I'm a meleeer, and casters can kill these guys pretty easily. So, you know, it's just part of it. Where is he going? The next little tidbit I have is these lupine horrors will spawn 2 other dogs. Now, they're not elites or anything. There's nothing hard. But it makes it so you need to, like, get them down quick. So we're going to find, and I'll show you when they spawn. I'll let you know. So right now, they haven't spawned. Just a typical poll. They're not holding. Okay, there you go. These delusions right here. Okay. These delusions are very weak. They can be one shot. But the problem is, we're casters. So you need like a rogue. You need a warrior. There's 2 more to target them. Otherwise, it kind of is a waste. The Sons of Arugul are definitely the strongest enemies in here. Hold on, Jack. Come here. Jackie, come here. My dog has to go out, but we're almost done with this run. We're not too far away. Just hold on, buddy, and then we'll go out, okay? Okay, so you can see all these resists coming up. We also are only pulling like 29 DPS. We're below the tank right now. A lot of that is due to the fact that we're so low level. And this guy's opening up the chest. So obviously they're in a guild. Planet Express, Axioms, Planet Express, yeah. So something tells me something's going on that makes it, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. I don't need leather. I mean, I could. So these guys are 4 levels above me. And a lot of resist coming through. This place is a melee dream. This place is not a caster dream. BFD, however, Black Fathom Depths, which is kind of the next one after this, is a caster's dream and not a meleeer's dream. So, but yeah, so far we're doing fine. Like, we've had 1 death on our tank. What is he rocking? He's got lesser strength on. Yeah, it's pretty easy. We are only 2 bars away from level, though. Level 22, which means that we get some new abilities when we go back to town. Don't resist, sir. It's going to be nice to get some new abilities. Also, to have these guys only 2 levels above us is going to be pretty big in terms of not getting ridiculously blown out of water on misses and resists. Alright, so we don't need a bunch of these. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. We're full on items right now. So we just need to be smart and get rid of some stuff that really doesn't give us too much. Oh, here's the next boss. It's a little wolf, Fenris the Devourer. And right behind where my character is standing right now is a book. This is part of the quest that we have for the Book of It's literally right here. So you can grab that on your way through. We'll cast some Searing Pains, get resisted. Always fun. Okay. Okay, we got the book. Okay, first aid. Alright, that is another thing that happens. Non-elite spawn right after. These are Rugal's Voidwalkers. Rugal's the main bad guy. Erugal, I think, is actually pronounced. Everyone calls it a Rugal, you know, like salad. But it's Erugal. That's what the guy says. I'm pretty sure we would just do more damage if we just let our wand do all the damage. We don't need that. Let's get rid of that. Meaty Batwing. We can use that for stuff. Let's put that up there. Okay. Good to keep going. Ooh. Let's check out our Soulstone. 5 more minutes. Pretty decent. As you can see, there's been one path. When you go back, you can jump off of a roof that's back there not too far, and you can get back to the front very quickly. But to get back here after a death, so a death run, is a very, very long, very, very tiresome. So right now we're just above where we just fought the wolf, and we're working our way to the next, to second to last boss. He's in a room with 4 wolves. You can pull the 4 wolves without him, kill them, and then he pulls immediately. But with all the pulls left, I may level right before the last boss. Maybe. We'll see. And I think we started somewhere here. A little ways in. Wasn't too bad. Alright, so here's the last area before the final boss area. You can pull these wolves by themselves. I highly recommend it. Yeah. So he's asking where the book is. It's back in the wolf room. We've already got it, so we're going to let everybody run down there. And we're just going to hang out. So right now I like destruction. It's good damage. But I feel like you're kind of wasting yourself, except for a couple of things. So like you could go Bane, tier 2, reduces the cast time of your Shadow Bolt, Immolate spells. But have a second your Soulfire by, is that about 2 seconds by the time it's full. Shadow Burn is a huge, like, just instant damage spell. This is how you're going to pull aggro, and this is how you're going to die. Okay. The beautiful thing about Shadow Burn is that it acts as a drained soul if you kill the target within 5 seconds of using it. Okay. All these things basically make you a mage. I went into here because this is how you level, in my opinion. Improve corruption, reducing its cast time to basically free. And then I went here to reduce the chance of enemies to resist your affliction spells by 6%. And I did improve Drain Soul. Now I did that specifically because I was running low on mana. You could do improved life tap. You can do increases drain life damage. That's completely up to you. I personally feel like this is a little bit better. It allows you to kind of cycle through these a little bit easier because you can always just boop, boop, and destroy it. No big deal. And then I'm going Curse of Agony. I'm staying away from Amplify Curse and Curse of Exhaustion. I just don't get much out of it. I'm trying to get to Nightfall. So I'm going to finish out Improve Curse and go back to Suppression to max it out to 10%. Have this at full. That'll drop me down. At that point, I'll be able to get this, I believe. Nightfall. Nightfall is very important in my opinion. Gives your corruption. This is our corruption. Give your corruption and drain life a 4% chance to cause you to enter a shadow trance after they damage an opponent. The shadow trance state reduces the cast time of your next Shadow Bolt spell by 100%. Shadow Bolt spell is a 3-second cast and does 87 to 100 shadow damage. If you get this proc, you can press a button and you do 100 damage instantly. Huge, okay? Now remember, you could also just go down here and get Shadow Burn. But when you're leveling by yourself, you don't really need Burst. Because what you can do is you can get out your Voidwalker, you can have your Imp out, whatever you want to do. You dot things up, and you pull the next one. Dot things up, pull the next one. Dot things up, and you can just constantly be pulling. If you go Destruction, you only have a few spells you can use. Personal opinion. about a few spells that you can use. Those spells being Searing Pain and Shadow Bolt. You can still use these. For me, they're just not as good. Especially with Corruption being what it is. A 2-second cast on Corruption means I have to hold this down and wait for 2 seconds. So then I'm doing Immolate for 2 seconds, Corruption for 2 seconds, 3 seconds to that. It's 7 seconds of me just kind of chilling, waiting. See, our DPS is significantly higher. Even though we're doing very little damage on these spells, our DPS is significantly higher because we are, and see the boss pulled right there, because they pulled 4. We were able to dot, and then basically wand down. We could do more. Our DPS is pretty bad, our damage per second. We're only getting beat, though, in terms of raw damage by Nast, which is a guy who's 10 levels above us, and a warrior. So we're not doing too bad. Wolfmaster Nandos, the last boss before the final boss. So, wand him down. Let's get that caster gear, please. Very nice. Need that. We won't win it, but we'll still need it. Alright, so this next room has 3 Worgens down at the bottom. And they pulled them all. Okay, that's going to be really, really hard. You're going to need big heals. Resist. Julian won. See? This guy has literally won everything. We knew that we wouldn't win because it's just the way the game's going right now. That's the second thing we've lost out on. And there's only been 2 like decent enough drops. This is a pretty big deal. All right, we leveled. Just like I said, we'll probably level right before the final boss. We're still orange, but that means that he won't be red, which is a good deal. Let's see how they look. They look pretty stupid, though, in terms of shoulders. 10 intellect, 2 agility. So I would have gained... I lose 2 spirit, but I would have gained 5 intellect. Not a big deal. Honestly, it's not a huge deal. So this room... Here's the thing. This fight is super easy if you know how to do it. It doesn't matter what level you are. You can have a level 18 tank in here, and you'll win. There is a lot of LOS spots, line of sights. He casts. He does not have an aggregate table. He will cast. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cast on him. Keep our stuff up as best we can. He's already resisted a bunch of stuff. And these guys are taking a lot of damage for no reason. They should be LOSing this guy, line sighting, all day, every day. So this is how hard this guy hits. This guy is 5 levels over the boss, and he's still taking this much damage. Okay, we're gonna fear trousers. Okay. Put this back up. He teleports around, which is annoying. It's not a big deal though. Alright, and he's dead. So the way that you want to do it, Robes of Arugel. Very nice. The way you want to do it, he's right here. You want to pull. And then you want to go down these stairs. And then you want to go back up these stairs when he comes down to you. And then you want to go back down these stairs. And then you want to go around like this. You want to go back up these stairs. And we want to go around this. All you have to do is that. Good run. Thank you for the invite. And that's all you have to do. Line of sight, line of sight, line of sight. No one has to take any damage. You can literally do that fight with very minimal heals. Now what he does is mind control. When the mind control kicks through, all you have to do is CC the person. I've been mind controlled, and I've killed my own teammates as the rogue, and it's a rough go. But if you just CC them, root them the way they did, or use fear, it can CC them long enough, and everything. Anyways, thank you for watching. That was Shadowfang Keep on a Warlock perspective. We hit 22 in it. That was great, and it was really fun. Can't wait to do the next one. See you next time, guys.